Hey folks, and welcome back to Pattaya. I call this V's video. It's a video she wanted to make, and to which she probably filmed 75% of this on her cell phone. As we ride around on her scooter, two up on her little scooter today. But anyway, she thinks that a lot of people don't realize how dire and desperate things are in Pattaya right now, and I disagree with her slightly. I think people do know, but at any rate, I will go around with her on her scooter and she'll talk to some people. We'll both talk to some people and kind of get the flavor of what's going on and what's on people's minds, and try to showcase what's really going on and give you an idea. So maybe she'll help a couple people along the way. So let's jump into it.
กระจายหาดใช่ป่ะ
ใช่
ตลาดปิด
ก็แจกแต่แจกเย็น
ตลาดปิด
แจกเสร็จ
ตลาดปิด
ขายไม่ได้
ไปเอาอาหารปิดอาหารไปเอาอาหารฟรีข้าวแจกข้าวที่ใคร
ที่ไหน
เดอะบีช
Beach.
So the first people we ran into down here in the Bali High Pier area was a group of ladies who was just getting ready to leave. They had heard about a food handout farther up on the beach, and that's where they were headed.
So I'm down at Bali High today. This has been kind of the new epicenter of the food handouts and that kind of stuff. Huge amounts of people here in the afternoons. So yeah, there's been a lot of food handed out down here. Even my next door neighbor was involved with some real estate folks, and they did a big handout down here. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. This whole blue area is full. I'll show you a picture of it. But I thought today we would just find some people that maybe wanted to tell a little bit of their story and what's going on with them during these times, and hear from some people right on the street. I can tell you what I think is going on, but I think hearing from maybe some of the local people that are kind of right here going through it every day might be more interesting. So we'll see what we can find if somebody wants to tell their story. There's a lot of stories to be told. I'll give you an example of one.
So this lady came up to us with a sign. I was at least vaguely interested in what the sign said. It's all in Thai, and after talking to her, I learned about that, but that's not really her story.
มีใจบุญทั่วโลกมีเงินเป็นแสนล้าน62ประเทศ78จังหวัด Talk about for around the world around the world in people around the world 64 in.
So actually the sign didn't say anything that what I would have guessed. The sign basically says she's looking for a husband. She's looking for somebody, a good-hearted person to marry with. And she's very proud of the sign. She had a different one. Somebody gave her some money, and I guess she got like a more professionally printed sign made up. But after we talked about that, and she was proud of the new sign, she did begin to open up and tell me kind of her story and what brought her to this place right now.
เรียกแค่นี้เขาก็มาเลย
อันนี้ดีกว่าอันนี้ดี
ขอบคุณค่ะ
อันนี้ดี
เพราะ around the world I don't know.
So interestingly enough, her story begins 25 years ago back at Nana Plaza. Nana Plaza, a well-known adult entertainment venue in the greater Bangkok area. That must have been the early days of Nana Plaza 25 years ago. They were just getting going. She's 61 or 62 now, so she must have been around mid-30s, 36.
Before 25 years before, I won't have money. Before I take money, somebody coming 70%. But I want to come. I want to have lucky. I want to have husband stay with me long time. I want to good heart, but no, I don't have good heart. I have เดียวลูกเดียว I have good heart ถ่ายเขาด้วยกันเลย I want to have some husband good heart, but not good heart. I go to Austria, Vienna. Family very good. Family Catholic. Me in a book, but I don't know English before. But I come to Thailand. I say I cannot want. I no want to sell bullshit. No good luck for me. But I some husband me stay with me only 6 months.
So back in the day, she found a husband, I guess from Austria, took her back to Vienna, where she stayed for 6 months, taught her some English. And they were Catholic, I guess, and that was her first exposure to that. And that, I think, had a very profound impact on her. Even though it's mainly Buddhism here, and she still practices that, She also goes to the Catholic Church on Pattaya Klang.
I come to make Pattaya pok in walking stick. Now I finished 2 years now. Number 26 เดือนมีนา
ใช่
เดือนมีนา Finish.
So she ended up back in Pattaya with a somtum, I guess a cart. She said she was making somtum. That's a papaya salad on Walking Street. And Walking Street has been closed since this all began. Even the times we were open, most businesses remained closed. There was some that were open and some did okay. But for the most part, Walking Street has not been a thing going on, well, at least a year and a half. So she's been out of work all that time. I think she returned and kind of turned to religion. And that has kind of been her guiding light.
I can help you a little bit too.
Thank you.
I can help you, huh? Okay.
I don't need money now.
You don't need money?
I need a heart.
Okay. I can only give you some money now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Me not cry, but me happy. God give me. God give in a hand you give money here.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Somebody, no, in a mommy cannot give me. Father cannot give me. I have 2 hands.
So I said this a long time ago, but Pattaya is a city of a million stories. There was just a story on the news, on the Pattaya news, about a couple that were stranded, basically homeless, left homeless at a gas station, and they were living there. In fact, it was the same gas station that I went and did a tour of, the great big giant gas station down on Sukhumvit Road in Jomtien. Anyway, the mayor's office found out about it and helped them get back to their home province. They worked at a restaurant here where that was forced to close for the restrictions, and that kind of left them without a job and without a place to stay, and then the public transportation stopped. But anyway, they were able to get back through the help of some public officials here and a special travel permit and things like that. Anyway, that kind of inspired me to think how many stories are out there right now. I can't tell them all, I can't talk to everybody, but everybody's got one. It literally is a city of a million stories.
จ้ะ
So as we made the rounds here, a lot of people, she talked to a lot of people. I can't show you everybody, but one thing I will say, because I would listen in and understand some of it, and also she would explain, but not one person asked us for food. Everybody pretty much said, yeah, they have food to eat. I think the food handouts have really gone a long way. Not one person said, oh, please, I'm starving, give me food. It's the homelessness that is really wreaking havoc. But the food, I think, actually is a rather easy thing to solve for. There's a lot of people doing it. It's the homelessness that there's really no solve for. And like the story I told you, it's really becoming quite systemic. But luckily, they're not starving.
ฉันก็ไม่มีเหมือนกันให้20 บาท
But yeah, not everybody has a compelling story to tell. Some people just flat out down on their luck. All of that, just about all of that, is due to the lack of jobs. I have no doubt maybe some of the people that are homeless now would have been homeless before, but the vast majority are not. They are out of work. The restaurants being closed was huge. Another big one that just fell is the malls. All the malls are closed except for if they have a pharmacy or a grocery store within the mall, that's open. But your 90% of the mall is closed, all the shops and stores and retailers. And I'm trying to think how many people do they employ? That's a whole nother great big segment now without a job. So they're all sorts, and it's a trickle down effect. I'm even curious about the food sellers. So I told her, I said, these people with their little stalls, whatever it is, try to patronize them, because I have a feeling that the food handouts have also maybe hurt some of the food vendors or the people who sell food, who normally would be selling food. People don't have money to buy; they're getting the food from the food handouts. So there's that. So I think patronizing small business any way you can is another big help right now. And people don't. They seem to have the food they need, but they want their dignity back. They want their job back. They want their earnings back. So that's what it's about. So yeah, I think we did a good job with her cell phone, and she was very happy with the video. She, even before I uploaded it, she shared with a bunch of her friends. And if in case you want to know, in case you're interested of what people said when we asked, hey, what are you thinking about, when will things get better? When do you think things will open back up? I guess the average response was around October-ish. So, of course, that doesn't mean anything. I'm just reporting to you what kind of the feeling on the street is. But it was nice meeting people and seeing her interact. And I know it breaks her heart, mine as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one off right here.
And as usual, I'll thank you for watching. And until next time, bye for now.